All right, we have some breaking news when it comes to the stadium here in Las Vegas, the hopeful stadium, I guess. Jon Ralston, our political analyst, joining us with this breaking news. What's going on?
You know, everyone wants professional sports here.
Sure.
I think everyone wants the Raiders. But the real questions are, what's the financing package? Well, the Southern Nevada Infrastructure Transportation Committee met this morning. Big news is the Sands representatives, Sheldon Adelson's representatives, showed up and said $750 million in public money. Their initial offer is their final offer. And if you don't get $750 million in room taxes, they're walking away. They also want the legislature to meet before November. In fact, they want the legislature to be called into special session with the governor. By the way, the Sheldon Adelson met with the governor yesterday to ask him to call that special session in September, which would cause a blackout period for legislators. They wouldn't be able to raise money. That's very controversial. The governor has indicated privately he doesn't think that's a good idea. Some more big news is that Kim Sinatra, who's a representative of Steve Wynn on that stadium panel, essentially said Steve Wynn is fully supportive of this. It's easy for them to be fully supportive too, Dana. They're not putting in all the money Sheldon Adelson is, right?
Exactly, yeah, it always works out that way. So does that mean that it would be this proposal of the, what is it, $1.40 added to every $200 room resort fee and all that, and if they get all that and come together, then we could get a stadium?
Well, there's a lot more that has to happen. It is a relatively small room tax increase, but it would raise a lot of money. There's also a proposed room tax increase for expanding the convention center. Both of those have to go to the legislature. Some legislators have tied those together. Others say it's not linked. But even if you get it through the legislature, you still have one more hurdle to go through. And who's that? That's the NFL owners. They have to approve this. In fact, 24 of the 32 have to approve it in January. The timeline is pretty crunched, which is why the Sands folks and Majestic Realty, the other partner, wants to accelerate this, have the special session right away. But that committee, I do not think, is going to take well to being given an ultimatum by the Sands saying $750 million or we're taking our Raiders and going home.
Right, exactly. Okay, so to simplify it all, the next step is?
Well, the Stadium Committee, Chairman Steve Hill said today at the meeting, he said, we're going to work on this for 4 or 5 weeks. We're going to try to reach consensus. They're going to come back with a proposal. But remember, the Sands wants this special session in September. I think it's almost September. So they don't have much time. And again, they got to get the approval from the legislature. One other thing I should mention, the FAA ultimately has to be okay with this site. The Bally High site, Bally High Golf Course is what they're focusing on. But now we learned today something else I should mention. The Oakland Raiders have an option now to buy another piece of land on Russell Road, 62 acres, catty corner essentially from the Bally High Golf Course, many fewer airport problems. They would need to have that in the package they present to the NFL owners in January.
All right. Well, it makes the T-Mobile Arena seem so easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, right, exactly. A lot smaller there.
A lot smaller. All right, so we look forward to that, obviously, and any updates that you have, you can check our KTNV.com. Jon will have updates there, and, of course, on later editions of Action News. Thanks, Jon. All right, let's get an update on